the things that I can do using the piece of plastic is I can, just using the tip of my finger as a guide, come up to the shape without being afraid of going into the shape, although if I did go over that reddish color, it wouldn't be a tragedy, and it's probably not a good idea to be afraid of going over something and guarding what you've already done. It's easy enough to redo it if you do go too far. So one of the things that you can see, I hope, is that as I'm going over with this plastic, I'm creating shapes, very subtle shapes, and textures, so that if I go around in circles, I get one kind of texture. If I go horizontally, I get another. So that's something that I use all the time to get some variety within a consistent color. You'll notice that the color in the second coat of this Cobalt Blue Deep is a lot richer than the first time. And by having a darker color over a lighter color, I can get a kind of luminosity, and I can make the dark color lighter by wiping off more of it without mixing it with white paint. If I mix it with white paint, then I get an entirely different effect. And the color gets less rich as well as lighter. So if I just wipe it off, it's getting lighter without being diluted with the white. But you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little white in it. Where's the painting knife? There we are. A little white into that blue. Not much, just a little bit. Doesn't take much. I'm busy just adding a little bit on the palette here, which is out of your sight. And I'll go back to the brush again and put some of the lighter blue in. When you put white or black or gray in a color, it gets less intense. So this is a lighter blue, but it's also a slightly less intense blue. If I put a lot of white in it, it would kind of kill it. But just a little bit of white in it allows me to get some solidity in the color, not so much transparency, and a little variation. I'm trying to keep it very, and I'm succeeding in keeping it very subtle. Again, just a little bit of the lighter blue. And again, I could use plastic to blend the colors if I want to get rid of the brush strokes. When I blend, I tend to make a circular motion. Now, while I'm working, I'm conscious of the fact that I am disobeying one of my principles, which is you should always step back from the painting regularly, because you really can't see what the painting is like when you're up that close to it. After all, when people look at paintings, they don't look at them from the same distance that you paint them at. And most people looking at paintings, if they're really looking, will look at it from up close and from afar and then back again.